What's going on, Natty Gains? It's your boy, Dave Mess with...
Josh, what's up?
It's Josh, Toodles? That's what we should start calling him Toodles. His little goodbye says Toodles. How do you feel about that?
I don't care, actually. I mean,
I
just like saying Toodles.
I'm hating on your goodbye.
I just like Toodles.
Toodles is good. I like Toodles.
I like it. It's short and sweet and straight to the point. Get
out
of here.
It is to the point. I didn't mean to hate on Josh right away. He's a great guy.
How could you hate me?
Okay. So we're here because you guys want to understand why you're not seeing results and why your diet sucks. And it sucks. I mean, that's what's happening. That's why you're watching this video. I'm going to label it like you suck because you can't get your results. Something along the lines of that.
That's not very nice.
You're right. I shouldn't say that. I care about you guys. That's why I'm actually making this video. So let's talk about it. It doesn't matter how consistent you are in the gym if you're not following a diet program that is being consistent. And what I mean by that, let's say, your protein. Let's talk macros. We're going to talk macros right now. If you don't know what a macro is fats, proteins, and carbs. It's very important. That's what we do. We track that. We check that out. And let's say your protein is 200, your carbs are 200, and your fat's 100. Keep it simple. And you're the guy who one day your protein's 100, the next day it's 75, the next day it's 130. Your carbs one day are 100, the next day they're nearly 200, and your fat is all over the place as well.
Yeah, everything's just fluctuating all over the place. You're not keeping it consistent.
Not consistent at all. You like that 200, 200, 100. That's your goal. But you're up, down, and you're not consistent with it. The reason this is going to be so hard for you to see results, no matter if you're training hard or not, it's going to be because your body's not getting regulated to the same macro that you should be eating. So this is why you need a coach. You need somebody, or you need to be disciplined enough to do it yourself, which a lot of people aren't, or you don't know what should my macros even be? How do I even figure that out? How do I know how much of what I should be? Would you guys shut up? Sorry.
Kitty cats.
Cats. Anyways, you guys are not staying consistent with your food, and you're wanting to see weight loss or muscle gain, either or, and you get on the scale or you're looking and you're not seeing the results you want, but you didn't stay consistent on your diet, but you think you're eating good. You're like, well, I'm eating clean. I'm eating better foods. It's good for me. It's healthier for me. But does that really matter?
Not if you're keeping it, if you're not getting consistent with it, it doesn't matter.
Because what? It's calories in versus calories out. So it doesn't matter if you're eating clean if you're not staying consistent with the diet. And this is why staying consistent with something, you need to do it for at least 3 weeks to see how your body's going to adjust to something.
Give or take.
Give or take, yeah. So whenever I'm doing like a diet or I'm trying to figure out something, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my macronutrients and I'm going to stay consistent with that for at least 3 weeks. And then I'm going to see, one, how am I feeling? How are my energy levels? How did my weight fluctuate in between that period? Do I live by the scale? Hell no. And should you? Hell no. People who live by the scale are normally people who are very displeased. The scale is a good thing to kind of monitor your progress a little bit, but you never want to live by that number because your body composition can change if you're gaining muscle, blah, blah, blah.
Water weight's a big factor with that.
Exactly.
It can fluctuate through like 5 to 10, even 10 pounds sometimes for some people. Water weight is a big factor, and when you're looking at that scale every day and your body weight is kind of fluctuating, that can really throw you off. It's not really that accurate in terms of lean body mass, you know what I mean?
So Josh could go take a poop right now and lose 3 pounds. I mean...
Oh, it's more than that.
Well, maybe 5. You do eat a lot of food.
They're quite hefty.
All right. Anyways, sorry to gross you guys out, but let's get back to the topic at hand. You need a coach or you need somebody who's going to be able to tell you the macronutrients that you guys need to be eating, because that's what they're there for. They know what you should be eating, and they're going to be able to help guide you in the right way, because how else are you supposed to figure it out? You can do some research online. If you're that person who's willing to do the research, put in the time, and figure it out online on yourself, good for you, but a lot of people can't. And then when you do try to figure it out and that doesn't work for you, then what do? Because that's the thing. A lot of it is trial and error, and if anybody tells you they know 100% what's going to work for you, normally they're lying. there's a general gist that works for most people, but then there's the areas, well, man, my energy levels really suck, or man, I'm gaining weight here, or I'm feeling like crap. All right, the coach or the person who's helping you out is going to know, all right, you're feeling like crap. We might need to add some more fats and some more carbohydrates, lower your protein. Or, you're not getting in enough protein because you're still really sore the next day. You're not getting that recovery that you need. It's little things like this that you got to figure out.
It helps you make the proper adjustments. Like you said, it's trial and error, and you adjust it as you go. Try to get the better feel for everything, see what's going to work, see what might not work. It takes a while.
So a lot of you might think, well, when it comes to macros, knowing what to eat, I don't know really what to eat. You guys, keep it simple, stupid. Josh and I, we're going to be doing a video. We're going to be bringing it to you guys really soon on our meal prep, like our meal guide, kind of like what we eat on a regular basis. But both of us, we live in this flexible dieting thing because we don't like diets, even though I said flexible dieting. Basically what that means is we kind of eat the foods that we want, but we make it hit our macronutrients for the day, which gives you options. But both of us are both creatures of habit.
Pretty much, and at this point too, I assume you still measure most of your macros, right?
Yeah.
Now with most of my foods, I actually don't. I kind of go by eyeball with at least some of my meats and stuff like that. I'll measure things out like oatmeal or maybe some yogurt, stuff like that. But when it comes to meats and vegetables and maybe some other stuff like that, I kind of just go by eyeball. I don't usually measure out my foods, but you kind of get a feel for it over time, and you can generalize and keep it consistent that way too. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to measure every single thing you have out.
Yeah.
As long as you know what you're doing.
And what I would say for most of you out there is, Josh is at an advanced level to where he's done it long enough to where he can eyeball and know how his body's going to respond to it. If you guys are like newer to this and you're just starting, I recommend you get like the MyFitnessPal app or something to where you're scanning or entering something that can keep track of it for you, because you want to know what those macros are at the end of the day. Because once you get to a point to where you're experienced enough, like I said, he's like a creature of habit. That's why he literally knows the foods and macros that he's basically getting per day, every day, because it's like the same thing.
Yeah, I got a good general idea. Yeah, at first, don't get me wrong. At first, if this is new to you, you're gonna have to just kind of learn go through the math and go through all the different foods that have proteins, fats, and carbs for your body type.
So why is it important? Why is it important to have macronutrients? One, it's going to affect your results. What you see on your body composition, how your body changes, is going to be all determined on the foods that you're eating on a day-to-day basis. So that's why you need to track it to see if it's working or not. Can't be that guy who tries something for a week and says, it didn't work for me.
Stop it. Get some help.
You didn't give your body long enough to respond to it.
Yeah, give it longer.
2, protein, carbs, fats. It's all essential for your progress. Protein is it's that healing factor when your body goes into recovery. You scrape your arm, how fast does it heal itself? Your vision, hair growth, nail growth, all that protein plays a factor into that. Carbohydrates, it's glycogen. Glycogen is energy. It's going to give you energy throughout the day and also push the amino acids and protein throughout the body.
It's really good brain power too.
Exactly. Fats, also great brain power. Fuels your ligaments, your joints, helps your brain function, all that good stuff. So you need to have all the proper nutrition in a day to feel good, to look good, and to start to get the results that you're looking for. So to wrap this up, stay tuned for the video. We're going to do like a collab on it, on bringing you guys the foods that we eat throughout the week to keep it simple, to show you how you can get the amount of protein in that you should be getting, to show you some of the good carb sources, because carbs are not the devil. We are not keto here. We like carbs. We eat carbs. We welcome carbs. Amen, carbs.
Flexible dieting. There's no zealotry going on here. It's all about balance, basically.
Balance is key, because if you guys can do something and not have to change your lifestyle completely, you're probably going to stick to it. But if you have to completely just stop eating all the things that this life has to offer, you're probably going to say it can piss off and forget about it. That's what I would do. That's why I eat carbs still. But anyways, we're going to bring you that diet from the both of us to show you how to make this easier. If you need help finding those macronutrients, hit me up. I'd love to be your coach. I'd love to help you out. You can email me. I'll have my email in the description below. But besides that, stay tuned here at Natty Gains for more content, more awesomeness. You have anything else you want to say, Toodles?
Toodles.
See you guys.